Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Engelgeist. My name is Daniel. Thank you for tuning in. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. They do mean the world to me. This is a broad spectrum collective reading for all signs. It is, I use this in broad terms, so you need to figure out if and where it fits in your life, if at all. If it doesn't fit, that's okay. It doesn't mean anything's broken or wrong. It just may not be your reading at this time. It's originally created for the Wednesday, the 2nd of August. It's not solely set for that date, but so like if you're seeing it on a different date and the message makes sense, by all means utilize the message when you see it. Don't get caught up in the date. I do believe that readings can find us when we need them rather than when they were originally created for. For those of you that are new, please check out my drop-down menu underneath any of my daily or weekly videos. In there is just some housekeeping rules, things I want you to think about when utilizing the channel, what decks I'm currently using in the reading that you're watching, how to follow me on social media, either at my Instagram or my Facebook business page. If you're interested in a private reading, those are available and payable via PayPal, but you would need to reach out to me at either of those sources to initiate that conversation. Please know I will never try and sell you a reading. So if somebody were to message you directly, trying to sell you a reading saying they're me, that's a lie, basically. It's the 7 of Swords card. And then easy ways to support the channel. You can hit that thumbs up button. You can subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Watch the video in its entirety. All of those things greatly help the channel. Share the video out. Leave me a question or comment. Those things also help, and I do read them all, and I appreciate them all. And then I think that's it. If you hear me referring to cards that you don't see in this reading, I'm referring back to the Sunday underpinning energy. So that's the Sunday reading that kind of shows us a layer beneath these cards that we look at daily. So you can watch that. It populates in the lower left-hand corner at the end of this reading. So if you want to check that out for further insight, by all means, go ahead and do so. And let's get into this reading and see what Spirit and the cards want us to know at this time. I have to say, I woke up at 3:49 this morning. I don't know why. I went to bed at about, I want to say 10:30, 11. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep, but I went outside to let the dogs out, and the moon was absolutely gorgeous. It's full right now. You'll be seeing this a day later. It is actually the morning of the 1st. It is a powerful moon. You can just feel the serenity and the energy coming off of it is intense. I think that's probably what woke me up. All right, so let's see what the card is for today. It is the Ace of Pentacles. Not mad at this card whatsoever, I have to say, only because we had that 8 of Cups yesterday, right? And it was about walking away towards our 9 of Cups. And the Ace of Pentacles would indicate sort of new beginnings or new offerings being put towards us in our 3D world, new opportunities, unforeseen, kind of coming out of nowhere. Usually the aces have to do with the self, in my opinion, because they're card number 1. But the aces are also like, gifts from spirit in a way. They kind of materialize out of nothing. That's why that hand is sort of coming out of the clouds. It can be an inspirational thought. It can be a new opportunity that's, offered to us through a friend, family member, boss, whatever. This usually indicates an opportunity for expansion, in my opinion, to begin to build upon this first pentacle or gift that's being given to us and expand out. That's the sort of garden doorway in the background. The path that leads away from this pentacle is like, here's the door, now let's walk through it towards that sun that's like in the, background behind it. There's a sort of a turnover, right? And there's been this sort of theme leading up to this about the shift or plan change that I've been seeing that collectively is available to us if we choose to make it. And I think that if we choose not to, we could be stuck in a cycle again for I don't know how long, right? This to me is the beginning of a new cycle, especially in our 3D world, which can be our jobs, our relationships, our partnerships. But we have to, like I said yesterday in the reading, we have to be brave enough to make the decision to make the change if we choose to do so, right? it is being offered to us, that change or that new opportunity. We have to trust it and understand and trust ourselves that we can begin to create it. I do want to shout out, yesterday we had that full moon in Taurus card, and one of my viewers, Vicky over on Patreon, called it out really sort of eloquently and beautifully. She said it's kind of like the 8-8 portal already opening up. And I think that some of that could be very true. I think that we've been seeing this energy or this shift, this doorway opening. That's kind of like the 8-8 portal. That's what a portal is this opportunity to shift and or change our plans, walk through a different door, close other doors that are no longer working. And we have a lot of planets in retrograde, which is about reflection and revisiting and, inventorying where we're at, what we've done, what we've learned. And as these planets are retrograde, we can use this time. It can be frustrating, but we can use this time to kind of assess and reestablish new goals, new ideas, new opportunities. So we see that in the cards. With the 8-8 portal, it's like offering us the opportunity to walk through. And so we could be feeling some of these effects, similar to how you feel full moon effects of for a few days prior to the full moon and a few days after. And when we set intentions during the full and new moons, those things kind of go out into the world and take time to manifest. So if we have some manifestations or new opportunities coming in, I wouldn't be surprised. That's what this Ace of Pentacles is. Keep connected to spirit, but remain kind of grounded in the 3D world, and see what sort of signs, synchronicities, or gifts that are given to you while you're, presently staying focused. In the Sunday reading, we had the Knight of Pentacles as our kickoff card. Our midweek card was the Nine of Wands, right? And again, the Knight of Wands is about a release of spirit. Not a release of spirit, but working smarter, not harder, like taking our past lessons and understanding them at a deeper spiritual level and using them to kind of maybe draw boundaries or protect ourselves. So again, with the Eight of Cups, it makes sense to me that we may be assessing situations emotionally and using the energy of the Nine of Wands to build stronger foundations, barriers. Barriers is a wrong word. Maybe boundaries, ideals, desires, because it's wands, towards completions with certain situations and moving towards new, right? So it could be a very internally inspirational time is what my feeling is with all of this. We end out the week with Temperance, right, which is that energy of patience and balance, but it is major arcana energy, so there should be a smoothness, or if we are feeling, there was a lot of water in yesterday's reading, I noticed, after doing the reading. If we are feeling emotional or coming in off of those feels, just trust them and ground, right? And let this Ace of Pentacles present itself, this new opportunity. Let's look at the Moon manifestation card. What does the Moon want us to know? Last quarter moon in Aquarius, reflect on your priorities. What did I just say about the planets being retrograde and this being a time of reflection? The full moon is in Aquarius. So the full moon Aquarian energy, or full moon Aquarius, is asking us to think grander, think larger, think more expansively, take more risks for our own well-being, but also for the well-being of the collective in a way, right? What serves us? And then we see this last quarter moon in Aquarius where it says, reflect on your priorities. What are our priorities? What do we want? What feels right? What new changes can we make to bring in maybe this Ace of Pentacles and this opportunity that we seek? Some of us might just be coming to terms with the idea that we seek something different, new, more in alignment to ourselves. And sometimes it's hard to face the fact that, we've been on a path or dealing with a situation that is in disalignment to us. But I think this is us kind of doing that work and doing that reflection. The full moon's forcing us to intuitively look at it and release it. Let's go to the clarifiers and see what they have to say. This pentacle is now giving me a little bit of moon vibes too. All right, we have the Three of Swords. That's some of the heartache, the sadness, the emotions that we saw in yesterday's reading. We have the Queen of Pentacles. I'm not mad at her. We're seeing a lot of the Pentacles court cards this week too. So there's a lot of manifestation on the board. This can be a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus in our life, or in our planets or astrology placements. This is about manifestation and still about cups because she's a queen. It's still about the emotions, but it's like aligning the emotions towards the 3D and the manifestation. There might be a little bit mentally that we need to clear away or come to terms with or bring into balance, especially around our thoughts, right? Because this is a swords card. But as we do so, we kind of set the queen up to begin to feel and create in a better way. And then the last card, hey, it's our friend the Seven of Swords. I mentioned him earlier in the reading. Seven of Swords can be, it's, to plainly put, it's sort of the liar, cheater, stealer card. Like somebody's not being upfront, somebody's not telling the full story, somebody's not being fully honest. This can be us, right? Or it can be an outside party. This could be what's causing the pain or the sadness that we see in the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords indicates the mind and how we communicate or the thoughts that we keep, right? There could be a little bit of even, I'm going to just say this because we see this Queen of Pentacles and she looks slightly forlorn in the middle. There could be a little bit of gaslighting that's happening to my divine feminines. And it's causing not only emotional pain, but a little bit of mental confusion. And it's our job to kind of reflect and sort that out and become aware and look at this Seven of Swords for what it is, right? They got what they needed and took off, or the situation maybe got the better of us, but that doesn't mean that we're that's what we're worthy of. Does that make sense? Or maybe we didn't get what we wanted out of the situation. The situation took more than we gave. That doesn't make us a bad person. The Queen of Pentacles can be extremely generous. She is the divine feminine. She's abundance, creativity. She's like the Empress Light. You know, she's the Jan Brady of my Brady sister analogies of the Empress, the Queen, and the Nine of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. So, to me, you know, but we can still give to ourselves. That's this single Ace of Pentacles here that we have. It's like this queen might have one other pentacle in her pocket that is an idea or an option or an opportunity or a path or a desire that she needs to now get up and take. Like, you know, look at the thoughts that we keep, look at the situations that we've been around, look at the lies that either we've been maybe told or by others or that we've been telling ourselves, and come to terms with them, right? No longer allow them to lead per se. Get out in front of them and allow maybe our heart to lead. We do see this giant heart in the Three of Swords. There could be some, again, time of reflection. I do still get this sort of silence off of these cards, even though the Ace of Pentacles is quite exciting. The Queen of Pentacles would be great manifestation, but I do think she's kind of contemplating. She's almost holding this Ace of Pentacles here going, okay, how do I put this to my advantage? How do I use this to the best of my ability? And again, this says reflect on your priorities. So what are our priorities? Is it to sit in misery and dwell on the past or how we were treated in a situation or in a relationship? Probably not, right? Do we need that time to maybe process and come back into alignment and clear our thoughts with the Three of Swords here? Maybe, right? That's okay. And that's kind of the internal note that I get from this. And again, I'm going to say this, we're leading into Temperance as the underpinning card at the end of the week. So there is this reflection and healing that's taking place during this time. Allow for it to take place so that it doesn't, not that it would block our manifestations, but so that it doesn't like dirty the water or like, you know, muddy the creativity that we have going for us. Remember, the grounding stone for the week is the word clarity. So we want to be clear in how we feel, in what we desire, in what we want to manifest, and then creating a clear plan towards that would be our next steps. But we have to get clear first, and that might be the process that we're in right now, is clearing our thoughts, clearing away the situations that are no longer serving us, that might be potentially lying to us or keeping us in the dark, right? Here's the grounding stone for the day. It's the smallest stone in the bag. It is give. which is on carnelian, which is I associate with the root chakra. So again, that's about staying grounded. Give yourself the time to reflect. Give yourself the gift of this Ace of Pentacles. Give yourself the opportunity to believe that new opportunities are available to you, and Spirit will present them to you. This Ace of Pentacles wants to work with this Queen of Pentacles. But this Queen of Pentacles might have to ground herself and work through the thoughts, the limitations, the past pain. And, you know, quite honestly, some of the maybe jerky situations or people that are around her, and see past them and start to look towards finding clarity around that priority or where she wants to be in the months to come. Yesterday's grounding stone was vision, right? So it's also still about giving ourselves the time and the space and the opportunity to create our vision. You know, that doesn't necessarily go away. Clarity around that vision. Where do we want to be? Think about that during this full moon. All right, I hope that made sense. If it did, please hit the thumbs up button, share the video out, leave me a question or comment, watch the video in its entirety, and I will see you guys tomorrow, and we'll see how this energy changes. Have a wonderful day and take care. Bye-bye.